Welcome to Beyond the Bleachers with Grace McQuaid, your all-access pass to the world of college football and college basketball. From game day rivalries and bracket busters to behind-the-scenes stories that go deeper than the final score, we are breaking it all down. So grab your seat because the action doesn't stop when the clock hits zero. This is Beyond the Bleachers. Welcome everybody to Beyond the Bleachers. I appreciate every single one of you watching. As my first podcast, I just love to let you guys know if you have any comments, any debates, any takes, anything you'd like to disagree with me, I'd love to comment back. And if I don't comment back, call me out for it. I promise you won't get me caught not commenting back, as I love debating college football, as it is definitely my favorite sport and always sparks conversation. College football, always, never misses. So the format of the show is I'm going to start with some breaking news, 3 of my top highlights of this week. Not highlights, but just news that's happened over the week. And then I'm also going to do my top 15 rankings, excuse that. And then we'll be transitioning to my top 9 games preview. So let's get right into it. So starting off with the big news of the week, I think we've all seen this. Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State coach, fired after 21 seasons in the program. This guy, he has brought Oklahoma State really high, but now he brought them really low. They were 3-9 last year, so it was really meant to happen for him to get fired. Also, a very old guy. Definitely doesn't have many years left, but I'd still love to see him continue to coach, as I really respect him as a coach. Great coach. Also a character on the mic. Very funny guy. But anyways, that first news. Second, we're going to go with John Mateer. Guys, this guy's out for a month at most. This is Oklahoma's starting quarterback, Heisman candidate. If I could bet, I would be betting him. Really just takes it on Oklahoma, as they have many tough matchups coming up. His hand surgery out for at most a month. They play number 10 Texas, number 13 Ole Miss, and they're away in Columbia, South Carolina. That's gonna be a rough game. All those are gonna be rough games. Yeah, I don't see them winning many of those games, especially that Texas one is they're gonna get C.J. Baxter and Quintrivian Wisner back. And when they get those guys back, it's going to open a lot of pass game for Arch Manning. And really, you're going to see what you saw last year from him, even against the softer UTSA teams. But still, I think we can get Arch Manning back to where he's supposed to be. All right. And then my third news, this is a little bit of a joke, but Lane Kiffin, his daughter is dating Whit Weeks, the star linebacker for LSU. And as many of you know, Whit Weeks, he's really a great player. And Ole Miss and LSU play this week. And Lane Kiffin, as a character as he is, he posted on Twitter, I take the over on this game because Whit Weeks is on defense. Pretty funny stuff. But anyways, that's my that's my news for the week, and we'll be moving on to my top 15 rankings. At number 15, we're taking Vanderbilt, guys. Honestly, once again, comments, disagree with me, please. This team could go as high as you want. They crushed Virginia Tech. They beat the brakes out of South Carolina 31-7. And guys, Pavia has been legit. This dude, you could call him a Heisman candidate if you wanted to. I mean, I know he's like a super senior, but man, this guy is impressive. And his trash talk, his character, he's talking up to it. He's definitely talking up to it. The way he's been playing this season. And I could see them being top contender in the SEC, as crazy as that sounds. Thinking the Vanderbilt guys, Vanderbilt Commodores, top 15 in college football. That is blowing my mind, but it's just true. I mean, if you watch them play, they are a top 15 team. I mean, you could rank them as high as you want. Once again, I'll just say that again. You literally could, if you really wanted to. Yeah, I mean, seriously, just many rankings you could rank them higher than. Like, honestly, looking at this, you could rank them higher. Michigan, Texas Tech, those are my rankings for the next couple picks. Anyways, back to the topic. Miles Capers, he's had 2.5 sacks this year and 5 TFLs. He's been great at D-lineman, just completely blowing up the other O-linemans for the teams they've played. And then Eli Stowers, of course, him and Pavia, the two killers, just combining, and just dominating. He has 230 yards this year. As expected, once again, another super senior. He's a great player. He's an old player too, but whatever. All right, next. 14, we have Michigan. Guys, Bryce Underwood, you can look at the stats. He hasn't thrown for many touchdowns, but I don't care. If Michigan fans are watching this right now, they'd be like so immune to watching Davis Warren that they're like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? This guy is insane. They're used to Davis Warren. I'm gonna agree with you. J.J. McCarthy was also good, but they mostly ran the ball. With Bryce Underwood, guys, they have a running game, of course. I mean, really good running game. Maybe one of the best, maybe the best back in college football. But anyways, they can pass the ball now. They can pass the ball comfortably, more than they could with JJ. Definitely more than they could with JJ. More than Warren. That's not even a question. So, yeah, and also this 30-27 win over Nebraska. I know people are looking at that like they only beat Nebraska by 3. No, they didn't. Watch the game. Please watch the game. I mean, suicide Hail Mary at 10.5. Like, come on. They won by a lot more, and also a garbage time touchdown. If I was watching that game and I had a basketball game in between, I looked at the score and I was like, 30-27. It must have been a close game. I rewatched it. No, it wasn't close. It just wasn't. Watch the game. It wasn't. 24-13 loss at Oklahoma. They had. And that was Mateer. He might have been playing through his broken hand. I don't even know. But anyways, that was Mateer. Oklahoma. At Oklahoma, I mean, it's the freshman quarterback. I'm not going to expect any more. Horrible game plan from Sharon Moore. I wish they gave him more of some room to throw the ball deep because he has that ability. They just didn't want to play that against Oklahoma. Though I do kind of understand that, though, because Oklahoma is a good defense. Brent Venables has been a great coach this year. And when he has an offense, it's just a whole nother level of team. I mean, he's always going to have a defense. You know that. It's Brent Venables. Defensive coach, mostly. But, yeah. So Oklahoma's a really good team, guys, and that's not a bad loss. That is not a bad loss. Linebacker, Jason Barnum, he's had 3 sacks this year. At linebacker, you see sacks, but 3 sacks, very impressive. Along with 4.5 TFLs. Also very impressive, excuse me. Justice Haynes, guys, 566 rushing yards this year. Holy crap. 6 touchdowns. This is how it feels for me. Every time I watch Michigan, they have a breakout play, breakout run every single game. Just watch. The O-line, they got like 7 guys blocking at the same time. They got tight ends, O-linemen, all that. And just making these huge holes for Justice Haynes and his speed to just get through them. And he has done it. He has been the best back in college football, in my opinion. Right behind Jonah Coleman. Quite a debate, though. Please comment down below with that debate. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. Now, moving on. Number 13, Texas Tech. Notable players, Will Hammond's a backup quarterback who completely lit it up against Utah because Byron Morton got injured. Also a great player. He's not expected to miss time, though. He should be back for their next game, which is always good to hear. And Jacoby Williams has 422 yards and 3 touchdowns this year. Also impressive. They've had a very strong offense this season. And defense. I mean, they allowed 10 points to Utah at a night game. Guys, I picked Utah to win that game, and Texas Tech completely blew my mind. Great win for them. Great win. Now their wide receivers, Coy Eakin and Reggie Virgil, they are both over 200 yards, which any team with multiple teams over 200 yards, that's just always great to see. Yeah, they're a good team, guys. Terrence Carter, their tight end, is 250, guys. I love tight ends getting these yards. Honestly, I wish Max Clare, like Ohio State, he would get more yards like he did last year in Purdue. And then you look down here, Eli Stars, he's got the yards too. I love teams that involve the tight ends because they deserve more involvement. They do the dirty work, they do the blocking, and then they're going to get the catching. So I always love to see when they're getting their passes thrown to them. David Bailey, 3.5 sacks this year. He's a linebacker as well. These 2 linebackers back-to-back I've shared have been great this year. Great. So, yeah. We're going to be moving on to number 12, Bama. All right. Very controversial topic for me. I like Bama. I like them a lot. I think they're a great team. I don't think they're good. I think they're great. I have them at 12. That Florida State game killed it for me. Really bad. But I think that's motivation for them that Florida State gave them. And they're just going to come out here for the rest of the season and really just prove it. They're going to prove it. Ty Simpson, you can look at that Michigan game, the Florida State game, excuse me. He didn't have time to throw, guys. The O-line struggled. Against Wisconsin, the O-line looked better. And, yeah, the O-line's looked better since Shout out Bray Hubbard, guys. This guy's had 2 interceptions this year. He was insane last year. Caleb Downs' replacement, which is, you got to be good to be Caleb Downs' replacement to get it back to where he was, because, of course, he's quite a great player. Future top 10 pick in the draft. I think he was projected 6th last time I checked. The only thing is, it's a little bit of a worry. Bama hasn't had much of a run game. They are going to get Jam Miller back, which is going to be huge. That's another reason I'm very high on Bama right now. I mean, they've been scoring points, and then they're going to get their starting running back back. That's good. That's good stuff for Jam Miller. I see very good in this team. Jermaine Bernard, 280 yards this season. Way more than Ryan Williams. Guys, Ryan Williams he's an athlete, but I feel like it's getting to the point where I have to say Jermaine Bernard's better for this year. I know Ryan Williams is more of the future. He's more of the draft pick. But right now, everybody is all over. Ryan Williams is so good. Ryan Williams that. Let's give Jermaine Bernard some credit. I mean, just if you watch the game, he's been getting more open. He's been catching the ball more. He's been being more of a talent. He's made more of a difference. So, yeah, I like Jermaine Bernard more, definitely. This wide receiver core is completely stacked. And then they also have their tight end, also good. Great player. Bama doesn't have much notable games. Of course, they lost to Florida State first week of the season. It just seemed like Kalen DeBoer hadn't had the team ready, and I think they'll be more ready now for this Georgia game. I think Kalen DeBoer is a good coach. I honestly believe that. I know many people disagree with that, but I just think it's rough to take a spot from Nick Saban, guys. It's rough to have the impression that you're supposed to be like Nick Saban. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to be like Nick Saban. So he's had a lot of rough games, but I think he just needs more of a chance and some time to just show that he's a good coach, because I do believe he is. I really do. 11, Texas A&M. Their defense has struggled a lot. They were allowed, look at this. Utah State, they allowed 22 points. UTSA, guys, they won by 18. They allowed 24. This offense, though, is so dynamic. I can't get down on them. I can't. Marcel Reed's improvement from last year to this year is insane. Guys, this dude he could only run the ball, and he could only throw interceptions when he threw the ball. He struggled with everything, except if he could always run the ball. Now I'm calling him a dual threat now. He's only thrown 1 interception. He's thrown 9 touchdowns. And I'll tell you the reason for this. Mario Craver. This guy is one of the top receivers in college football. 440 yards this year so far receiving. Absolutely insane. And he can run it. So, unlike jet sweeps and stuff, always good to see. Excuse me. Cassius Howell. 3 sacks, 4 TFLs this year. Guys, these D linemen, A&M, all these recruits that they've had, he's one of them, and he's shown up. He has really shown up. My problem with them is their running backs have not been impressive at all for me. Running backs and defense are some things that I'm really questioning with A&M, especially defense. Allowing 40 to Notre Dame, I get it. Notre Dame's a good team. It was at Notre Dame as well, but you can't let that happen. 40 points allowing against any team is just not good. Not a recipe for success. I can't speak, sorry. UTSA, 42-24. Also, you can't let 24 points to UTSA, guys. The score of this game should be 42-0. That's what I expect from a top 15 team. But their offense is so dominant that I can't take away that. I can't rank them bad because of that. Because their offense, I've been so dang impressed with them. Now at number 10, another Texas team. Texas. Nova players. Parker Livingstone, 230 yards this year. And Ryan Wingo as well has had 230 yards. They got a good wide receiver core. CJ Baxter and Quintrivian Wisner are projected to return against Florida, which is going to be huge, guys. Huge. I'm telling you, if any team is playing Texas coming up, you got to be ready, because these guys are going to be coming out firing. If they get the run game going with their 2 very dominant backs, it's going to open up a lot of space for Arch Manning to make some plays on the ground and throwing. As well as Colin Simmons. He has 1.5 sacks. Honestly, O-line has been shutting him down for the most part, but you know so much of him that it's like you got to triple team this guy. He's great. You got to double team, triple team this guy. So he's gonna be a top 10 pick. Just FYI. Quick turnaround. We're moving on to number 9, Florida State. I don't know what to think of them, to be totally honest with you guys. I think that Alabama game was extremely impressive. Extremely impressive. They just caught Alabama completely off guard. I'm just going to say this. Castellanos, he was talking crap, and he backed that up. That's all I'm going to say. He backed that up. He's talking, I don't think they don't have Nick Saban to save him. That's what he said before the game. And what did he do? He ran the ball for over 100 yards against him. That's what he did. This dude is a dog. As well as their running backs, Mekhi Danzy and Gavin Sawak. They've been great. Seriously, they've been great. They've been running the ball very well, which has opened up Castellanos' running. He's averaged 50 yards rushing a game, which you don't see much for a quarterback, but he's been great. And they've also, I know you can tell me the teams they're playing aren't too good, but they have been blowing teams out of the water. Blowing them completely out of the water these past couple games. I don't care. These teams, they're FCS schools or whatever. We're talking 63-0 type of stuff. Castellanos has looked amazing. I have him as well as a Heisman candidate. I'll tell you what, there are so many good quarterbacks this year, it's so hard to pick from. And moving on, speaking of quarterbacks, number 8, Fernando Mendoza, my current Heisman favorite. He has been amazing. This guy's 6'5", and he can run the ball like he's 6'2". This dude's fast. And he's a tank, so he can break tackles. He's first in college football in passing yards, and he has 0 interceptions. It's not easy to do that, guys. It's not easy to have 0 interceptions and lead the entire country in passing yards. It's not easy to do that. He as well as two rushing touchdowns. I can't speak enough. This dude has been insane. And his wide receivers have been just that. Amari Cooper, 377 yards this year, 8th in college football, and he has 6 touchdowns, which is 6 in college football. This guy's top 10 in 2 statistic categories. Jeremiah Smith isn't even here, guys. I understand Indiana hasn't played the same amount as Ohio State, but let's give them props for this. These wide receivers have been great. And I forgot to mention Elijah Surratt, also 256 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's been insane as well. D'Angelo Pons, DB. I can't speak it enough. He's been great. He has been great. Isaiah Jones, 6.5 TFLs, also good. 6.5 TFLs in, what are they, 3-4 games? That is insane. Let's keep it up. This guy's on to be a top 10 pick if he can keep that up. I'm just saying. I know they haven't played the great talent, but 6.5 TFLs this far so in the season is pretty damn good. Moving on. Roman Hemby and Kobe Martin and Lee Beebe Jr. Guys, that's 3 running backs. I didn't name 1, I didn't name 2, I named 3. All 3 running backs are over 220 yards this season. This team has an amazing offense and defense. I mean, Illinois only scored 10 points against them. Um, 63-10 against Illinois. Absolutely insane. Their D linemen were getting straight to Luke Allmeiter. No blocking. Luke Allmeiter had no time to throw, guys. Very impressive showing from them. Illinois, they held Illinois to 161 yards. Like, huh? The top 10 Illinois team that I know of, they held them to 161 yards? Insane. And then they had 580 yards themselves. These are stats you'd be putting up against FCS schools, but they're doing it to a top 10 team. I haven't seen this before. Everybody was talking about who's this year's Indiana team going to be. Guys, this year's Indiana team is Indiana. That's what this year's Indiana team is. That's what it is. So yeah, enough on Indiana. They've been great, to say the least. I mean, been insane. Moving on to number 7, LSU. Some of their notable players, running back Caden Durham. Caden Durham, just as I expected. He's been great. I mean, nothing less than I expected. They got 3 wide receivers all over 200 yards. Aaron Anderson, Xavier Thompson, and Barian Brown. I love teams that pass the ball around, and they're not just throwing to one guy. And LSU has been one of those teams this year. They've been one of those teams. But still, I can say they've been good, but the offense, if you look at the points they've put up, it's not impressive. I have them at 7. I could drop them down a lot more if I wanted to. They only scored 17 against Clemson, guys. Syracuse scored 34. 34 Syracuse. Unranked Syracuse. Syracuse that nobody thought would ever be ranked. That's Syracuse. Stephen Jelly getting injured in the middle of the game. That's Syracuse. They had 34, and LSU had 17. I think the LSU defense is elite, which is honestly insane to think about because they went from having one of the worst defenses and one of the best offenses to having one of the worst offenses and one of the best defenses, which is beyond insane. I don't even know how to look at that. I mean, never expected that coming, that's for sure. They beat Florida 20-10. Once again, they only scored 20 against Florida. I mean, Miami, Florida only scored 26, but still. Like, I'm just going to be totally honest with you. They're not putting up the points they should be putting up. I expect a little more. And this is the worst part. They beat Louisiana Tech 23-9. They only won by 14. They scored 23 points against Louisiana Tech. Okay, I know this was kind of like a wake-up game for them because they had just come off their big win against Clemson. But all I see around them is red flags right now. That's all I see. I can't find green besides their defense. It's all red flags. All red flags. Their offense just, I haven't seen it yet. They have a lot to prove for me. A lot to prove. And I'll be weighing on them. And I'm not going to give up on them, that's for sure. I'm going to give them a lot more time, but a lot of red flags for them. Moving on, number 6, Oklahoma. Their defense has been great. I mean, I said it earlier. Anything with Brent Venables in it, they're going to have a great defense. So, as expected, great defense. But their offense, for the first time in a while, has been great too, which is just amazing to see. They scored 24 points against Michigan. That's not good, that's not bad, but Michigan's known for having good defenses, so any points above 20 is just going to be, that just shows you have a pretty good offense against Michigan. I mean, to be totally honest. Yeah, Brent Venables has his team looking good. Last year, what were they, 5-7, 6-6 or something? Quite a lot of improvement. A lot of improvement. You love to see out of Brent Venables. Some of the highlight players. Deion Burks, guys, transfer from Purdue. I am obsessed with this guy's talent. He hadn't got many catches at Purdue. His stats weren't crazy. His quarterback wasn't too good either, but I saw that guy's name in the transfer portal. I'm like, oh, so somebody's got to get this guy quick. This guy's going to a Power 5, Power 4 team easily. Probably one of the best Power 4 teams. And I was right, Oklahoma, number 16 in my poll. As well as Taylor Ween, who has 2.5 sacks this year. Also good. And then Isaiah Satenga, Keontez Lewis also have over 200 yards along with Deion Burks. So, I love these teams with the ball distribution. I'll say it again. It's just great to see. Some notable games. 2 home wins against Auburn and Michigan. I mean, home games. I expected them to win both of them. They delivered. But all around, this is a pretty complete team. I'm not going to say it's a perfect team because it's definitely not. But it's semi-complete. It's pretty complete. I'm not going to lie. Though, John Mateer, of course, one of the highlights, not highlights, lowlights, one of the big news stories of the week, injured, out for at most a month. And once again, they have those rough games coming up. Number 10, Texas, number 13, Ole Miss, and to win Columbia, South Carolina. Those are gonna be rough games. I could see them pulling away 1, maybe 2 of them. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Moving on, number 5, Penn State. I'm going to be honest with you guys. They have not impressed me one bit. I know they haven't played great teams, but they scored 34 against FIU. FIU's an FCS school, guys. That's just red. That's a straight red light for me. They 34-0. I get it, like whatever, but I don't see impressiveness with them. It doesn't look like Drew Aller has improved one bit at all. I'm gonna be totally. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. They allowed 300 yards against this FIU team, guys. Florida International University. The Jaguars. They allowed 300 yards. That's not a recipe for success. Drew Aller's passing percentage has been 65. I'm not going to say it's bad, but for the competition they've played, I expect a 75. I mean, we know the running backs are going to be there. Katron Allen and Nicholas Singleton. But to be totally honest with you guys, I'm not impressed. I wish I was, because going into this year, I'm like, okay, Penn State's going to be a top 3 team. They're going to be great. I'm expecting Drew Aller to improve. He improved a bit last year from this year. I mean, from freshman to sophomore. I haven't seen anything. I also could be wrong, and they might have just not gone any route of throwing big passes because they've played against the lower teams and probably want to keep everything kind of away, kind of tucked away to not be on film for other teams to look at. I'm not impressed, though. I'm going to be honest. I know the running backs are going to show up. I know their defense is going to be always pretty good, but I'm still looking for that Drew Aller in that pass game. For Trevor Pena to get more into the game. I need more out of him. I need more out of Aller. I need more out of their offense. So, I'm really hoping they can get back to where I expect them to be preseason, but we'll see how that goes. Number 4, Georgia. Of course, coming off the big win a couple weeks ago to Tennessee, 44-41 on OT. They had 602 total yards at Neyland. You can disagree with me. Georgia's too high. Georgia's too high. Georgia's too high. No, they're not. I get it. I looked at this game. I looked at the Austin Peay game. They won 28-6, guys. I'll be honest. I picked Tennessee to beat them. But that's a very logical pick. I mean, you beat an FCS school by 22. You have to throw the ball over 30 times to win the game. That's a red flag, but they've came back and they've been impressive. 44-41. Their offense has been legit. 41 points allowed to Tennessee. I don't like that, though. That's not the defense that Kirby Smart's known for. I'm not used to him having a better offense than defense. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just like, I just never expected that. Gunnar Stockton had 300 yards and 40 yards rushing against Tennessee. I just want an explanation on how we have Gunnar Stockton playing better against a top 10 team than we do against a FCS school. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. Whatever, but just throwing it out there. Gunnar Stockton is a proven dual threat quarterback. This guy can run the ball. He can run the ball. And going into this year, I didn't think much of him at all. I mean, after watching the games he played in last year, I was like, okay, whatever. He's just a backup quarterback. But he's impressed me for what I expected, to be totally honest with you. I didn't expect much out of him, though. Another problem with them, they don't have a running back. They don't. Nate Frazier has like 200 yards. That's not what I want to see out of them. It's just not. They played 5 running backs against Tennessee. I'll name every single one of them. Chauncey Bowens, Cash Jones, Dwight Phillips Jr., Josh McCray, Nate Frazier. Josh McCray's more of a power back. Nate Frazier's more their mostly used back. And when you have to run 5 guys against Tennessee, I'm just not a fan of it. It's like you're almost trying to figure out who your guy is. But it's almost like, why would you want to figure that out against Tennessee? Because Tennessee's a pretty good team. But clearly, it doesn't matter. It all worked out. So whatever, we'll move on. Number 3. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one. Ohio State. I'm sorry. As an Ohio State fan, I hate to do this, but let's just be honest. Some notable wins. 14-7 against Texas. We all know about it. Held Arch to 170 yards passing. He had 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Their defense. I think they have the best defense in college football. I think they do. I think they have the best defense in college football. Penn State's up there. LSU's up there, definitely. LSU's definitely up there. So, yeah. I mean, you got Caleb Downs, you have Caden Curry, you have Arvell Reese, you have Caden McDonald, you have Jermaine Matthews. He has 2 interceptions this year. All around, just really amazing defense so far. Yeah. I have a big question mark on this running back room. You got Bo Jackson. I think he's the best back. Seems like Ryan Day's officially announcing him to be the starting running back for this Washington game, which I love because he is the best back. I think they just kind of hid that from us just because they expected more out of C.J. Donaldson, not of James Peoples. I expected James Peoples to start going into this year. He's the 3rd string. He is officially the 3rd string. Yeah, C.J. Donaldson was our starter to start the year. James Peoples 2, Bo Jackson was 3. But in that Grambling game, it was the straight-up coming-out party for Bo Jackson. I know Grambling's an FCS school. You still, you compare stats to the other running backs on the team. It's just a whole nother thing. It just is. So, I like Bo Jackson starting. Of course, the phenom Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. Best wide receiver room in college football. We all know it. I mean, I know you look at the stats, he's thrown a couple interceptions. 3, I think. But he's been good. He's been really good. I honestly believe that. His interceptions, he has one of the highest passing ratings in college football. So, you could say, look at his stats, he's thrown so many interceptions, but watch the games. He's been great. He's been great throwing the ball downfield. He's hit Jeremiah Smith. He's hit Carnell Tate. Although, Brandon Innes has been silent for the Buckeyes, hoping for them to get him back more involved in the game. All right, enough about Ohio State. I got to stop talking about them, let's be honest. Number 2, Oregon. I've been extremely impressed with Oregon. I know they haven't played much. I know they beat Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's not that good. But anytime I see a D1 team beat up on a Power 4 team and win by honestly just 40, not even 66, just 40, that just catches my eye. That catches my eye. There's got to be something going on with this team. This team's got to be pretty damn impressive. And they won by 66 against Oklahoma State. That's really impressive. Really impressive. I'm a little in question of their running backs. I trust them, but I still haven't seen enough for where I could put him at 1 over Miami, Florida. But I definitely trust Whittington. He was good last year, so definitely trustable. Notable players. Another one, DeCorian Moore. 5'11", this guy. Okay, we can compare him. I hear all the comparisons. Jeremiah Smith, DeCorian Moore. You can't compare the two. One of them's 5'11", one of them's 6'4". I mean, DeCorian Moore is a speedster. He is insane. And Oregon will find a way to give him the ball. Believe me. They will find him a way to give him the ball. Especially this weekend against Penn State. They're going to make sure. Dante Moore as well. Also a dual threat. He has 11 passing touchdowns and 1 interception. He's been great this year. You could argue he's the best quarterback in the Big Ten. I mean, you really could. So, yeah. He's been really great. There are so many good Big Ten quarterbacks this year. There's so many. And, people don't even think about Damon Williams. He could be the best one. Damon Williams could be the best one. And people don't think about Julian Sayin. Also, could be the best one. There's just so many. And then Fernando Mendoza, of course, my favorite currently. There's just so many good quarterbacks. Enough about that. Moving on, Miami, Florida. Number 1 in college football. Number 1. Going into the season, I was thinking, okay, they'll be a top 5 team. Don't seem to go much higher than that. They'll make the playoffs. They'll win a game, maybe 2. They've been legit, guys. Defense, offense, everything. They've had everything. 26-7 against Florida. Anytime you win by 19 in SEC play to a team that I thought had Heisman candidate at quarterback, DJ Lagaway, holding him to 60 yards passing. 60 yards. I'm speechless. You allow a guy that I expected to be a Heisman candidate to 60 yards, you got to be doing something well. So, yeah, I've seen a lot well from Miami, Florida on both defense and offense. They as well beat Notre Dame and crushed South Florida. South Florida, you can say they shouldn't be ranked. I don't think they should be ranked, but they're a pretty good team. They beat Florida at Florida. So don't sleep on South Florida, even though I got crushed by Miami, Florida. That is a good win. That is a good win. Carson Beck. I have not expected him to fit in immediately, especially with this injury. He's straight and just gone in there, and it's been like he's been in this program for so many years, but he hasn't. He just hasn't. So, really impressed by him. He was good at Georgia a couple years ago, but I just expected him. Whatever. I mean, so yeah. He's been amazing. Mark Fletcher Jr. and Shamar Brown, two-headed monsters at running back. Also been amazing. Shamar Brown, guys, he's a freshman. Not Shamar Brown, excuse me, sorry. Malachi Tony, their best freshman receiver. Their best receiver is a freshman. And then they got C.J. Daniels, of course, at senior. And then also Akeem Mazador with 2.5 sacks this year. But anyways, back to C.J. Daniels. Wow. All I can think about is that catch he had. That catch he had against, who did he have that against? Notre Dame. Yeah, Notre Dame. Yep, that's right. I can't stop thinking about that C.J. Daniels catch. That one-handed grab. I thought that was going to be an easy interception, and he just goes up and grabs it like it's nothing. And then, of course, Malachi Tony. Freshman been sensational. I'm really impressed by him as well. All right, guys. That is it for our top 15 rankings. Once again, I know everybody's got some disagreeing to do. I mean, let's be honest. Those are unique rankings. They really are. So, once again, drop those down below. I want to debate. I love to debate. Debating is fun. So, yeah. We're going to move on to our games of the week. We have 9 games this week. We're starting off. I know you guys aren't going to like this. Bowling Green, Ohio Bobcats. You got to throw the MAC in there. Come on. I love the MAC. Always fun to watch. Anyways, Parker Navarro times Chase Hendricks. One of the best quarterback wide receiver duos. Parker Navarro, guys, he could have transferred to a Power 14 easily and started. Easily. He chose to stay at Ohio as a senior year. Good for him, whatever. He'll probably win MAC Player of the Year. I'm hoping. I like him. I really like him a lot. He's a great player, great kid. Anyways, Chase Hendricks, 456 yards receiving this year. That leads college football. Okay, Ohio Bobcats, I see what you got. Yeah. Shout out to the Bobcats, by the way. Close game with Ohio State. They only lost by, 28, I believe? I think it was a 11-point game at half, I believe. I don't even know. I think it might have been less than that. But anyways, they really were competing with Ohio State, which is straight up insane. In Bowling Green, guys, I completely forgot about Drew Pine. I was looking at stats for my notes today. Drew Pine's on Bowling Green. If you know about him, he has been tossed around for years. He was at Notre Dame. I think backup for Sam Hartman, if I'm correct. He was at Arizona State and Missouri. He's been tossed around, and now he's the starting quarterback for Bowling Green. Bowling Green, these are like 2 of the top MAC teams, at least from last year. So, this will be a good game. I know you guys are sleeping on it because it's the MAC, but I'm excited for this one. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I got Ohio winning 38-24 in this one. And another shout out for Ohio. They beat West Virginia. Anytime a non-Power 4 team beats a Power 4 team, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to have to talk about it. It's very impressive. And they only lost by 3 to Rutgers. I get it. Rutgers is one of the bottom of the Big Ten, one of the laughing stocks of the Big Ten. But anytime you have these competitive games, it's going to catch my eye. It's going to impress me. And I know people were down on Ohio State after that really kind of a rough game against Ohio. This is a good team. Ohio is a good team. I'm going to be honest with you. So, yeah, I got Ohio winning 38-24 in that one. Now we're going to have some more controversial takes. We're going to be moving on to TCU, Arizona State. Josh Hoover, he's first in yards throwing per game with 333.3. And that's kind of a little weird of a nerdy stat, but quite impressive. Shout out Jordan Dwyer, transfer from Idaho on TCU. Dude has been amazing. I thought he was a freshman. He's not. He's a junior now. But anyways, also shout out to Eric McAllister, Their wide receiver group is insane. Insane. So, yeah. And they have Jack Manjack. He's also been great. So, top 3 wide receivers. And Ed Small. That's also one of the best wide receiver cores in college football. I can't stop talking about it. They're good. I know you've never heard of some of these guys, but I'm telling you, I went to the TCU game against Abilene Christian. I know it was Abilene Christian, but they spread the ball out, and they get the ball to everyone. I'll tell you that, and I like it. Once again, I continue to say it. Arizona State, Jordan Tyson. That's all I'm going to say. Jordan dang Tyson. This dude, you can compare him to Jeremiah Smith if you want to. I'll let you compare him to him. 357 yards this year and 5 touchdowns. He's been great. As well as Sam Levitt, he hasn't been what I expected of him. I expected a Heisman candidate. He hasn't got to those expectations yet, but I'm hoping he can get there. All in all, though, I have 41-31 TCU here. TCU's been impressive. They're 24th in the nation. So I really trust them in this game. I trust Sonny Dykes. I think TCU's defense has looked a lot better than it was last year. I know I still have them allowing 31, but any Big 12 team, that's just how it is. They're going to allow a lot of points. Sadly, it's just how it is now. So, yeah. We're going to move on to the next game. Auburn at number 9, Texas A&M. I can't see Auburn stopping the Texas A&M passing game. I just can't see it. Once again, I'll say it again. Marcel Reed has been so extremely impressive. This guy has been legit, and I'm talking legit. He's been able to run the ball. He used to be the guy that just throws interceptions and can only run the ball. I already talked about this. He doesn't do that anymore. He can do it all. This is going to be a high-scoring game. Both defenses haven't been impressive. Auburn got lit up against that Oklahoma passing game. Lit up. So, yeah, I can't see him stopping. Can't see him stopping Marcel Reed. Mario Craver and Casey Conception. 2 insane wide receivers on A&M. They're blessed. I feel like this year is just different with all these wide receiver cores. There's so many good ones. And they're one of the best. Definitely one of the best. Yeah, both defenses struggled in this game, so I just see a high-scoring game. I got A&M 42. I got Auburn 35, so got A&M in that game. Moving on, Bama. Number 17, Bama. Number 5, Georgia. I'm not going to tell you what I have. Let's just complain first. Ty Simpson. He has been much better than Stockton at passing, but Stockton has been definitely better at running. I personally think Simpson's the better quarterback, but the quarterbacks aren't, defending each other, so that's not how the game works. But I think Ty Simpson's the better quarterback all around. Jam Miller is returning from an injury. This could be a deadly spot for Georgia. Deadly spot. As well, I'll mention again, both the running games have struggled this year, but Bama getting Jam Miller back, I don't think Bama's going to struggle in this game. I think that O-line's going to get some good push. I know they haven't been great all year, but I think this is where they prove it. This is where they prove that they're not the team that lost to Florida State. They're going to prove that's not the team that lost to Florida. They're going to prove that. So, I got Bama winning 33-30. Also a very controversial take. Hear it in the comments, please. I know you guys are going to be against me on that one. Except for Nick Turk, I know you're going to think Bama's winning. I wonder why. Okay, anyways. Yeah, let's move on. Another great game. USC, number 21 USC at number 23 Illinois. Hank Beatty's been great at wide receiver for Illinois. After watching last week's performance, I'm so low on Illinois. I mean, you just lost 63-10. I can't look at them and be like, nice. I just can't right now. USC's got Jada Maeva at quarterback. So many dang good Big Ten quarterbacks. Another one of them, Jada Maeva. He's a dual threat. He can do it all. He can definitely do it all. Yeah, this is going to be a good game. I got this high-scoring game after watching Illinois' defense let up 63 points. 42-35 USC. I think Maeva's just going to be the difference in this game. And, yeah, I'm really high on USC. I think they can end the year a top 15 team, which, considering where they were last year, is just a lot of improvement. And I know I got Illinois scoring 35 points. I'm thinking about lowering that, but I think USC's defense isn't good. I would call them just fine. So I could see them scoring 35. I like that prediction. All right, next on LSU at Ole Miss. This is just a straight red game for LSU. This is not where you want to be. This is not. LSU's receivers and their offense just in total has been struggling. So I just don't know how to look at this. I don't. If either of Ole Miss's quarterbacks were starting, I'd trust either of them. So, yeah, I have Ole Miss winning this game 24-20. I just think I can't see LSU scoring enough points. I don't see it. I think Ole Miss can have 24 against LSU. I know they have good defense, but I can definitely see that. Moving on. Ohio State, Washington. I think the spread is a little too low. I have Ohio State winning by more. I think Damon Williams also Heisman candidate. This guy's great. But I just can't see them scoring more than 21 against Ohio State's insane defense. I know they got Jonah Coleman on offense at running back. They got Damon Williams. We all know of him. Dual threat. Just a complete great player. Ohio State actually recruited him. I wish they gave him the offer. Whatever. We'll move on from that. Denzel Boston. Great receiver. Washington's defense is extremely dynamic. I think it's better than Ohio State's offense so far. I think as Ohio State gets more into it, they're going to have the better offense. But for right now, it just seems like they've been better. But I don't trust Washington's defense one bit. I have Ohio State having 31 points against them, and I have Washington at 21, which I honestly think is still generous for Washington, giving them 21 points. Because if Texas is scoring 7 against Ohio State, I think Washington's defense is really good, but I don't think I can see any team scoring more than 21 against Ohio State. I'll say it again. I expect Bo Jackson to be extremely impressive in this game. And Washington's run defense hasn't been great, so I expect them to really exploit this game. As well as Julian Sain just be throwing the ball great. And moving on. 38-21, Ohio State's going to win that game. That's my prediction. Tennessee, number 15, Tennessee at Mississippi State. I love Blake Shapen, guys. He is a great quarterback. And I'm so mad that I'm picking Tennessee to win this game 31-21 because I love Mississippi State. I love their comeback story. I loved watching the SEC show this summer. And the interviews with the coach, he just seemed just down. He didn't even know what to say. I mean, as I would be, as they were horrendous last year. That win against Arizona State, that was a program win they just needed. They just needed. Very badly. Very badly. Mississippi State's got 2 wide receivers above 300 yards. Extremely impressive. So, yeah. That just tells the story of their offense. Pretty good offense. But they're not going to be able to stop Chris Brazzell. This guy, he's 5th in receiving yards. He's been insane this year for Tennessee. And Joey Aguilar, I was not expecting him to be this good this year. So, really a coming out party for him, and just great to see from a guy transferring from a team as low as Appalachian State to play as good as he's been. So, it's just been great to see. 31-21, Tennessee. Number 15, Tennessee defeating Mississippi State. At the same time, though, I kind of want Mississippi State to win that game. I don't know. We'll see. Next up, Oregon at Penn State. The 6 versus the 3. Let's start off. Dante Moore, dual threat. DeCorian Moore, I'll say it again. He's insane. I'm very high on him. Mateo Ugalele, he has 3 sacks this year. He's been great for Oregon's defense. Just blowing up the D-line. Penn State, their running backs, they're not going to be able to stop them. They're just not. I just don't see it. They could be extremely dangerous in this game, and they could be the reason Penn State wins this game. They really could. Danny Dennis-Sutton, the D lineman on Penn State. He has 4.5 TFLs, also very impressive. They got to get Drew Aller. They got to get Drew Aller going. They have to, for them to have a chance in this game. But this pick for me, I hate to say it just comes down to I don't trust James Franklin. I just can't. I can't trust him. I know it's a night game. I know it's a whiteout. I know the stadium's going to be buzzing. I just can't trust James Franklin. He hasn't been able to do it. He's 4-20 against top 10 teams. I can't stand it. I don't think Penn State's bad. I just can't trust James Franklin. I can't. Every year it feels like, oh my gosh, let's trust James Franklin. This is the year. This is the year. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the year. Penn State needs this so badly for their program, but I just don't see it happening. I just don't. James Franklin, I don't see it happening. I got 31-27 Oregon. I think Dante Moore's going to go out there and they're going to find a way to get the Corey Moore the ball, said again. And he's going to light up the world on fire. He's going to light the world on fire. All right, guys, those are my game predictions. Those are my rankings. I really appreciate all you guys watching the show. It's great to have you. Please comment. Please. I love responding to comments. Please. I'll say it again. That's all I'm asking out of you guys. Hope you have a great weekend. It's going to be a quite interesting weekend with many good games. So, let's go. Beyond the Bleachers by Grace McQuaid. We are out. Bye.